We'll pick it back up.
And just one more sound check, just so I can make sure.
1, 2, 3.
Cool.
1. Okay.
Yeah, as long as I hear you good.
Me and my friend were like red, was it red leather, yellow leather?
Red leather.
Yeah, because that's how like you get the words
leather.
out. Yeah, red leather, yellow leather. And you keep saying it until it's like
Red leather, yellow
exercise
leather.
the mouth.
Oh,
Or we
shit.
joke, we'd just be like, blah, blah, blah. We're just stupid. We'd just be like, all right, whatever.
The Steve Carell.
¿Qué?
Juancha plancha con 7 plancha con cuánta plancha
Yeah, you just
plancha
keep
plancha.
El Diablo. I've never heard that shit.
No.
That's definitely a new one.
That's
No way, really?
Yeah, I've never heard that.
I would have said hay un hoyo de orilla del mar. Hay un sapo. Hay un sapo.
¿Y dónde está el hoyo?
That's the song?
Yeah.
Got a chance opportunity, promotion, blah, blah. You know, those are just words.
All I have to offer is words. Just words.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
What's going on, my beautiful peoples, on this absolutely lovely Saturday?
Finally.
Finally.
Nice. All that rain.
Yo.
Last week was treacherous. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Finally.
I just want to briefly give us a huge shout out for having the most episodes with all male cast during Women's History Month.
Yeah, bro.
You said shot yourself in the foot.
There's no ma'am.
Straight out bunny show with a shirt. No man.
No ma'am.
Like I was looking back at it, I'm like, you know what? Because as a part of life, I'm always making sure that there's a different perspective, a woman's perspective, in our show, and
Not today.
but
Not this month.
not this month.
This whole month. I think Lady H been only one episode here.
What was it saying? It was like the evidence of absence is the absence of evidence. Maybe it's just that. So we don't have a woman this month, so we could remember next month. I don't know. I'm trying here. I'm trying.
No, give yourself some grace. You were aware of it.
That too.
Self-awareness.
Well, you wasn't aware of it. I'll tell you. No, it was Women's Month.
The worst.
Shout out to us for not
jokes.
giving into the corporate agenda, because it's not Women's Month. It's
Women's
Women's
Year.
every day.
Every day. Shout out to all the women out there. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. We don't look at it by the month.
We don't look at it by the.
We appreciate you every day.
That lovely voice that you're hearing is my brother, my main man, Dre Drizzo.
What's going on? What's happening? What's popping, my people? Finally here on a beautiful Saturday.
Yeah.
He said, finally.
Finally
You been
here.
missing?
I've been messing my mind.
You got the Wanda posters.
I don't know where the fuck I've been at.
I mean, where you been? You saw last week. What? Finally.
I was here. But I wasn't here.
All right.
I feel like I feel like when the weather is gloomy, your energy dims slightly.
It does.
So I get it.
As soon as
Finally
the sun
here.
come back, it's boom.
It's like Superman, right? You get your
like
energy
boom.
from the rays
Exactly.
of the sun.
There you go.
And,
I dig it.
and that other lovely voice that you're hearing is none other than you know what was messed up last week? You said you're the reliever after we made all those No Diddy jokes.
Oh.
And I was like,
I forgot to say
so
no
I'm
Diddy
not
there.
gonna no longer the reliever, but
so
the
bad way of
starter
putting it.
in the game.
Oh, there you go. All right, I make
My
the team.
brother.
I make the team, baby.
My brother, my main man, Ramz McFly.
Yeah, that means I'm on salary now, right? I'm on the payroll. I'm on the
you're
payroll.
on the
After the show.
We talk contracts later.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Well,
right.
you bring up great subjects, and I just realized on the video side I dropped nobody's lower third, so I'm gonna just
No.
and I just realized that the laptop froze, so it's all good. But
Yeah, that shit had me bugging because I'm looking at the screen and I'm like,
That's not me.
this shit is not. And my mind is really not here. What the?
Yeah, there you go.
I know I'm not tripping.
and so we'll
Edit that.
Yeah, I mean those technical difficult. I mean nobody sees this. I'm just mentioning it for continuity purposes
There you
and
go.
people that know what's going
We
on.
keep it real.
Yeah. I'm not gonna edit this out. Esto se va a quedar. I mean, I'm like, no one sees. As long as it keeps working.
Yeah, it's going
It
through.
adds character.
And I'm gonna figure out what's going on with that latency. But all right, all good. Today is someone that I'm excited to introduce in the respect of we crossed paths 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago.
Now, yeah, at the Dominican Film Festival, and we had a very brief conversation, but because, man, I felt like I already knew you, and I'm glad that we've been able to reconnect. But it was just really cool to hear someone that says, yo, I write comic books, I do movies, I do other shit. I'm like, wow.
Shit.
Tell me more. Because, yo, you know, I think we take for granted the typecasting that we already are born into and all these things. And when someone shares a different position of what they're into, it's like, oh shit. So we're more than just this.
Yeah, correct. It's like you don't have to stay in that lane. Like nah, you don't. You sure you go dance bachata on the weekends or do something like
It's
nah.
sure you're not just smoking hookah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Something seems
Something seems off.
It's a little off.
Something seems off.
You're a little far from home.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
That's exactly it, bro. You're a little far from home. I like that. It's like, where are you really from? But today, you know, someone that I feel is not breaking the barriers, but creating the molds, and introducing more awareness into how much more we are. And I'm appreciative and thank you for making the time to come through. Our brother, my main man, Jaromir François.
Ooh.
Coño.
You got it right? You got it right?
Right? Did I got it right?
Yeah. AKA my man, Jay.
Yeah. We're going to go with Jay.
Go with Jay. But no, that was correct. That was correct.
Oh, wow.
It almost sounds like a 007 name.
Word.
It's really cool. You got to say the whole thing. If you're not going to say the whole thing, don't say anything at all.
Nah, yeah. In high school, my teacher used to call me just Francois.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And I used to be like, oh, okay. And one person called me Frankie. I was like, all right, I'm with it.
I feel like that kind of takes away from the person.
It felt special because he was the only one that said it. He knew it. So I was like, all right,
I'll take
like
that. But for everybody else, it's Francois, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Put some respect on my name.
I do wonder, like, I wonder the thought processes that people have when they name their children.
Oh God.
And
that could be a whole conversation.
That's
especially our culture.
That's a whole different ballgame.
Dude. We talked about it before, right? How you spell your name? What does it have? What
The dash.
The dash.
Yeah.
we don't even know what that dash.
I don't even know what the dash is for.
You gotta do some research, bro.
I gotta do some research. I just looked at it. Oh, fuck it, I'll take it. I got no choice.
The tilde, right? That's what it's called. The tilde. Tilde.
How you say it in English?
I don't
Dash?
know. Dash?
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, like, what do you call accent? Oh, you say accent.
You can say accent. That's like encompasses all of them.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's like a little salt and pepper.
Because what is the little
Yeah.
C?
So the little C under mine is called a sedia.
Sedia.
Yeah, but I say accent because people understand, like, oh, okay. Something there.
It could. Yeah, ever seen that meme that says, who the fuck says the whole alphabet in Spanish? Like, what is a fucking Y?
Yeah.
No, it's a whole fucking word.
Yo, I just had a flashback to high school. I remember I had to say the whole thing. I was like, oh, man.
What's the Y again?
It wasn't there.
Oh, Y is
Yeah.
Y. That's right. That's right.
Throw in double L.
W.
W is W.
No, but double L. There's a
Oh, there is a double L in Spanish.
The J. It makes
That
the
comes
J.
after the L,
Yeah.
right?
And then there's a CH.
got me there.
There's a ABC, Che. También.
I
Like
don't
there's
remember
what? Yeah, there's a CH.
No.
I don't remember
way.
unless they didn't teach me that.
Yeah, they skipped that one. I was like,
There's like a few extra shits in there that are like with 2 letters and shit.
I don't know that.
Well, I mean the double L is
The
part
double
of
L
it.
comes
I
after
didn't
the
know that,
L.
but I didn't know there was a CH.
There is yeah.
So the ABC song is long in Spanish.
Oh, much longer. It's like, I think it's like
Just an
32
album?
letters or something.
It's like a novela. It has seasons. It's like they say. Wow.
But all that to ask,
Yes.
like, you know, we were briefly exchanging the origin of your name and how that came about, because you mentioned it, so you're Haitian, but you mentioned that the name is Polish.
Yes.
And I was like, ¿cómo?
Yeah. No, it's funny. So I think Haitians, their name's gonna have like Haitian or French like backgrounds. Like my dad's name is Jean or Jean, so most Haitians have either Jean or Baptiste or Bernard. Like you've heard those like Haitian names.
I've heard those.
But some guys, I guess Haitian old heads, they like European names. So my dad
wonder why.
Yeah, right. We wonder why. But
when we say do we mean strongly influenced?
Right? You talk about those nice people that came over on the boats many years ago and just kind of showed us the way of life.
Yeah, right. So he saw like the name on the newspaper. It was like a European prime minister. He just liked the name. And then he was like, "Oh, I like that name. I'm gonna just name my son that." And I was like, I never liked my name too, because I remember growing up with the Michael Jordans, Michael Jacksons,
God.
and then Will Smith. I'm like, why they got some like normal names?
Yeah, why can't I be Mike?
Yeah,
Mike,
I can be like
Mike was the cool name.
Francois. Yeah.
I never liked my name first or last, because I was just I felt like the odd one out, and I was like,
Story of my life.
and then like my cousins, and that's another thing. So they like European names or Russian names. So I have like one of my cousins' name is like Dimitri or Vladimir. Yeah, so it's like they, depending on what, like, because you have to be well read too. So they like that stuff. So like,
well read.
Yeah.
It's a nice way of putting it. I've never come across Haitian Dimitri, but I'm glad that I've learned this now.
Dominican Vladimir's.
You know what? But the thing is,
I think there is.
I never, until you just mentioned it right now,
it never
clicked.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, Vladimir.
See? That's it. Vladi.
No, because like, and there's like, I know, so my wife is Dominican. And then, like, I know in certain Dominican households, I guess, like, some names are, like, Middle Eastern, like Ame. Or, what's another one?
Like Lebanese people, there's a mix of Lebanese and Dominicans.
Exactly,
and shit.
yeah. So, like, it's just, like, I don't know. I would have to go into my history memory.
You're like, I didn't sign up for this shit.
Yeah, like, at that point, it's like something happened when they crossed over. But it's there. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Huh. Yeah, I know. So, I mean, all that to share and ask. I was genuinely curious. So, how did your pops go about choosing the name?
Yeah.
But, reading the newspaper, I'm like, mira, me gusta.
Yeah, exactly. It's that simple.
That's simple.
It's funny, that beats mine. Like mine, my first name is Ramirito.
Is that a combination?
It's Ramiro Jr.
Oh.
Essentially. But it was like, they're like, what? My dad, they told him, like, oh, why don't you name him Ramiro? I'm like, no, Ramiro soy yo. He's like, yo soy Ramiro. That's Ramirito. I'm like,
So your birth certificate says Ramirito?
Ramirito, bro.
Get the fuck
Dude,
out
to
of
this
here.
day, I
What?
swear to God, the other day I had a doctor's appointment, I had to draw blood, and she was like,
Ramirito?
Ramirito. I was like,
Oh, shit.
yeah, I was like, yeah, that's right. She's like,
Like, it's in your birth certificate.
it's my legit name, Ramirito.
Oh,
Just like
shit.
that. So,
That shit sounds like a junior, right?
yeah.
It sounds like a
It
junior.
just,
like,
but in Spanish, it's like it forces you to be junior. It's
yeah,
not
it
like,
is, exactly. It forces
is.
you to be junior.
When I was younger, I was joked as a kid, like when I get older, so I'm like, oh, man, Don Ramirito, with the little thing, like big, but so little, Ramirito. That's why I couldn't be 6 feet. It doesn't match. Like, I couldn't be your height and be Ramirito. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just wouldn't work. Like, it's just like,
That shit definitely wouldn't work.
yo,
This is drinking milk.
Yeah,
Just get taller.
like, nah.
Because you're a junior too, Dre.
But really, my father's name is Jose.
Wait, what?
Andres Gomez.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
I just learned that right.
You
didn't know your uncle's name.
all this
You
time.
never know that fucking my father's name was Jose?
I thought that was his middle name.
No, it's opposite.
Nigga, what? He doesn't look like a
I'm not
Jose.
really a
Like, that's so
junior.
weird.
Yeah, it's
Jose.
fucking
You just
weird.
messed up his whole life.
Yeah. He's my fucking cousin. We know each other since. You never knew that?
Damn.
I thought his name was Andre Jose.
Yeah, we're breaking.
Gomez.
Now you got me fucked up. I might be wrong.
I am pretty
Nah,
sure,
it's Jose.
bro.
It's Jose Andres Gomez.
You're fucking lying.
I
Yo,
swear.
let's use the lifeline. Get him on the phone.
I hope so. I hope so.
I'm a fucking fact check this shit.
Yo,
I'm the family chat.
Not right now.
But fact check it, yeah.
don't put him on blast. Everybody's gonna know
Yo,
now.
bro, you're gonna call him and be like, hey, ¿qué es lo que te está diciendo mi nombre en el radio? ¿Qué es lo que está pasando ahí? Me están buscando.
Oh, I had to say, your fucking name is triggering a whole family tree.
Oh, God damn. We got like, what, 15 minutes on this?
Yo.
My bad.
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get to the guys.
Very true.
So you know what's wild? I was reviewing your work, and outside of it being really dope, I was genuinely, because Ramz, Ramirito.
You don't go by that though. Let's keep it a Ramz, right? That's just. All right, that's it.
Yeah, he walked in. He's like, "Yo, it fucked me up. I was reading the first comic book, my brother Teddy." And he's like, "The fuck was I reading? There was no words." But the thing is, it's wild that you expressed that, right? And I didn't say it then because I wanted to save it for the show right now. I said, although it had no literal words, that's the one that spoke the most to me.
Well, it was easy to follow. I mean, and I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. But it was just weird to me because it's always just all the comic books, all three of them that I've seen. I was always talking about it now. Dre and I, we're not big comic book guys by any means, but found it very interesting. It was good. But go ahead. I just want to say, I liked it. The way you made it sound.
So you're supposed to use your imagination to put the words in the comics? I guess.
Well, now that we have the writer here.
I was like, I'm like,
will you look at the pictures and talk for the character? Is that the whole point of it?
What was the premise behind? My brother said it.
So I'm gonna take it back. Okay, so
we started. Oh, my bad. Yeah. Is that a good point? Is that a good place to start? Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So that's my first work and first published work. So I had that. Thank you.
The audience is sleeping. What's up? Wake up!
Sunny out. So the idea has been in my head since college. So I'm 31. I graduated in 2015. So I'm putting my age out there, right? I'm 31. No, I am 31. I'm gonna turn 32 this year. So I had the idea because I saw this picture of a teddy bear sitting on top of a boy, right, and protecting because he's sleeping and he's protecting the kid from a monster. I was like, oh, that's a dope idea. I'm gonna remember that. So then, years later, 2020 hit, COVID and whatever. My best friend, he moved, and I was like, damn, I got in my feelings, and I was like, you know what? Let me just start writing, and I start writing the story. I reached out to this artist, which, by the way, I don't remember how I met him. I either found him through Tumblr or Instagram.
Tumblr.
Yeah, right, taking it back, right? And then I was like, hey man, would you be able to work together? And he was like, nah, I can't. I don't have time. COVID hit. He was like, he hit me up. He was like, I have time. Let's do this. And I was like,
shut up. That's
no, and I'm so appreciative. But COVID is bittersweet for a lot of people. For me, it was more sweet than bitter because I was able to sit down and then actually work on my stuff. But to now kind of fast forward into the actual book, I was working in my budget because I was working part-time. So I was like, I don't have a lot of money. So I was like, let me try to bring this story more, I guess, truncated. So I was like, all right, let me just start writing so I don't spend money. So I was spending money for this. And then it was done. And there was just no words. It was just done. And then I remember I was like, yo, there needs to be something more. So I don't know if you guys saw that there is a soundtrack for it. No?
Well, I saw the QR code, but I didn't get to hear it.
Okay, you're supposed to listen to it while you go through the book.
Oh, okay.
So that
I didn't
kind of
experience it the right way.
Damn. And that's the key word. That was the key word. I learned. I heard that.
Okay.
Damn it.
Yeah. So.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. I'm sorry.
Your contract is over.
Yeah, doing the fucking research.
Damn.
I finished it. I was like, I don't want it to just be a picture book. So then I hit up my friends. I was like, yo, should I make a soundtrack for this? They're like, it's not a bad idea. And then if you remember the good old days in the library, you had the cassettes with the books. I was like, I can't do that. So QR code was the way.
Wow,
so it's also on Spotify and Apple Music. If you really like it, you can go through it.
Dope though.
So you scan the QR code, it tells you the pages, what the song is for, and you just listen through it. So the keyword, you said experience.
Yeah.
So I was at a convention. They were like, yo, it's an experience. I was like, why didn't I think of that? It's an experience. So you don't read it.
Oh,
just
shit.
go
That's
through
dope.
it.
All right, now I got to go through it again.
Because
Yeah,
anyone
I did
could
the
just
right way.
flip through it. It's
Yeah.
like 2 minutes. You're just like, oh, okay, whatever.
Correct.
But yeah.
Now we know. Now now the listeners know too. Now it's like, all right, now you know how to do it.
QR code.
Well, I fucked up.
It's like, damn.
No, but like you said, that's how it works. You have the artist here to tell you exactly how to do it. That's
And I'm really happy about that.
yeah, that I'm very happy
No,
about.
but
I'm like,
you'll revisit it, right?
Yeah.
And it'll be a different feeling.
It'll be a different experience.
Yeah. I've had people like,
Oh, shit, I got it.
like, it's like keep throwing it in my face.
oh boy. Yeah.
Nah, yeah, like people have told me like, yo, like I cried. I was like, I felt some type of way because like I get this like imposter syndrome. I was like, I'm not a good writer. I can't make people cry. But like I've had multiple people tell me they cried. I've had people wrote a letter through the publishing company, sent it to me. I was like, oh shit, like
Yeah, I moved.
damn, I moved
to emotions.
I was
So
like,
the music you make?
Oh, I didn't make it. No,
Oh,
I
okay,
hired
okay.
someone. Her name is Lauren Brianna Ware. She lives in Wisconsin, so she composed it.
Oh, wow.
All original music. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
So I wanna now I need to
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's the part of the show. Like, oh, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna go watch this, and then
Yo, just cut to all of us reading.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
What was your to even go further back and you know before we continue to your more recent work, what was your original inspiration to even go in this direction? And
Oh, bro, like the cartoons growing up, like the '90s, like Static Shock. I can name a lot of.
I remember.
We
Yeah,
could
that
take
brings
it back.
Saturday
Barney,
morning.
Sesame Street. It's super. You know all the cartoons we grew up with, and then I just always liked watching TV. And you know how our parents are. They're like, "Yo, can't be watching TV." Blah blah blah. Like, nah, I like storytelling, and that's the thing. And you know, I am doing kind of like this, revisiting my, I guess, like ancestry. Like when I look back, like I know I'm Haitian, but when you look at, obviously we were talking about joking before, like how we came here, but but when I look at, like I did, what's it called? Not 23andMe. What's the other one? Ancestry or
Yes,
yeah.
Ancestry.com.
I think that's the one I did. So
I refuse to give $100 to know where
I
got stolen from.
that is facts.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like,
I gave them half.
I used the coupon.
I waited till I got the code.
It was a Groupon.
I'm like, y'all motherfuckers already took me. Y'all gonna take my money?
Yeah.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
that. My brother did it, so I just took his results. So like, I bet we good.
there you go.
Batty did it. Batty did
When
it.
that nigga, motherfucker
did it.
told me, yo, we come from Africa. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
He was like, oh shit.
Why didn't you give me the fucking $100? I could have told you that shit.
Yeah, for real. I would have charged you 75.
He's like, nah, but there's like a mix of pork chicken. My man,
Nah.
I am fully aware, you know, of the rebranded transatlantic trade. That's what they called it. Because when I was in school, it was called the slave trade.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, thank you for the transparency.
Yeah, right. Now they're trying to be political with it.
Now it's the transatlantic. It has a nicer name.
Cruise? The transatlantic cruise?
They had a great view.
Yeah, they had billboards up and everything. They're like, oh, that looks
I'm like,
nice.
who the fuck went through this whole rebranding
Yeah,
process for
yeah.
this shit?
Yo, that's
Of human
what we pay them.
trafficking.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's what we pay them for. We pay the government to just rebrand everything.
Yeah. Make it sound nicer.
A lot
Make it-
nicer that way.
It's like AI. Like, make this sound nicer.
Nicer,
Yeah. Transatlantic cruise.
But, so you went. You're learning more about the ancestry.
No, yeah, like so I'm like thinking back like where like my roots go back, and most of our roots are similar. I forget exactly. It was in somewhere in West Africa. Like a lot of people there were storytellers, and then I'm sure a lot of us that came from Africa are storytellers. Obviously beyond that, but I always wanted to tell stories, and it kind of clicked when I was in like 6th grade. I was like, yeah, I really like this. I remember seeing a script, and I was like, oh, this is dope. Like person's name, what they say. Like that's cool to see. And then when you see it come to life, and you would know, like, right? Like seeing it come to life, and then you get this like this feeling. I can't even explain what the feeling is. Like it's ineffable, but it's just damn. Like
It's
it
a
feels
good
good.
Dope. It's dope.
Yeah, it just feels good. It's And then I'm kind of going off tangent. That's one thing I do on my show. Just go off tangent.
Go ahead. Drop the plug. What's the name of the show?
Actually. So I do have a podcast called The Average Jays. So I'm
the Jay. Irish Jay.
No, the average.
I'm like, wait, what?
Like an average Joe.
Gotcha.
So
average Jays.
We talked about that movie, the Pixar movie with. Wow, I'm forgetting the movie. The black dude that plays piano. Why?
Thank you. One of the best fucking Pixar movies ever.
Love that fucking movie. Love that movie. One of the things they mention is about going in the zone. Like playing basketball, baseball.
Yeah.
Like when you're writing the thing and you're just like, dropping freaking gems. And then it's just like, yes, that's
Bars.
it. Exactly Bars. That. So it's a good feeling. And then I just wanted to do it. Just wanted to keep writing. And I don't want to look to be like, obviously everyone says this, but like I don't want to be like super rich. But I want to be like, I want to have time and money just to like daydream and just not have to work for like companies or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Shit.
I do. I never verbalized it that way, but yeah, you're right. I want to kind of fucking just daydream.
Dude, that's an awesome way to put it.
That's where ideas come from.
So ideas come from. Money to daydream.
Yeah, because we used to do that in school. Like you would get in trouble for like looking out the window and it's like, nah, I'm done with my work. Now I want to space out.
Space the fuck out.
I'm done with this bullshit.
I already know what 2 + 2 is. Like.
I'm going to use this quadratic equation.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, I know pi.
One time in life, it's going to, like...
There be times to be saving me, though, when I start doing the math, and I'm like, A + B + C.
Oh, yeah, the Pythagorean theorem.
I was like, that's how we got the triangle.
I still don't know why the fuck I know what a parallelogram is or a rhombus.
But it's in there.
Like, fuck all that. I still don't know what a W2 is. Let me see. Like, what does W2 even stand for?
I can't tell you that, though. I know what it is. I just don't know what it is.
Nobody knows what W stands for. I don't know what the fuck.
Like 1080. Fuck out of here. Anyway.
Why that number? Like it's so weird.
Why
to confuse us? It's to confuse us. It's to confuse us.
W1 was no good. W2, that's the one.
Nah, but you know what would have been funny? If it would have been F2. F-U. Now we understand, motherfucker.
Very true.
Put the F-U at the top of the paper. And let me file my F-U, because all you doing is fucking
us. Put your tin hats on. If you change the W, it's probably going to make a F-U.
Yeah, F-U. That's it.
Goddamn tax,
let's do it that way. Please keep it honest, government, and just put the FU, and we will understand. We will understand.
Oh, man. My apologies for so many of the random tangents because, but as I shared when we did cross paths, I was like, I felt that there was just like, no, we cool, and let's keep it moving, and a very organic connection because at that time you were showing your film The Cycle, right?
Yes.
That's right. And I believe, I'm pretty sure I did watch it because it was on the same block as ours. And there was a whole, but 2 years ago, so I'm refreshing my memory off now. But it was an entire dialogue of 2 brothers talking. And what was their exchange? Remind me again.
It was. So I wrote the script. It was my director / cinematographer's story. It was about two brothers, not brothers, but they're friends. But they're
my bad. I call
close.
Everybody brothers.
No, yeah. And just to clarify, they're best, like they're close friends. Well, if you guys watching the video, I'm doing air quotes. So, and minor spoilers, but yeah, they link up, and one of them is confiding in him. He's like, "Hey, yo, my girl's like, I think she's like cheating on me, blah blah blah."
Yeah.
And it's kind of the toxic masculinity part of the story, where the friend is like, fuck that bitch, blah blah. And then he's like, kind of like, if you remember the Othello story, is I kind of do the like leaning in the ear, because you're whispering this evil in his ear. He's like, yo, fuck her, like whatever, do your thing. Come and find out, he's the one smashing that shit. So it's just like it's messed up, but like you have to go there to write that story. Like I never done that, but I mean, like you have to go on that stage.
I hope you got the guy whispering in the guy's ear. Fuck her.
I'm married. I can't. Yeah, I know that, but.
Damn.
Yeah. Thank you for giving us the benefit of the doubt of thinking that we read Othello.
I only like that story a lot because of Lawrence Fishburne. Because I seen the movie and I was like, it's Lawrence. That's Morpheus right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. And also I remember this guy, Mekhi Phifer. He played a version. It was called O.
Yes. I don't remember that movie as obviously the same story. Yeah. But yeah, I don't remember the movie a lot. But yes.
So I'm all that to say, I never read the fucking story.
That's all good.
But I got the gist of it from watching clips of a film. I'm like, I don't need to see white people fucking. Right? But
white people problems.
Yeah.
What I remember about that short as well was just different places that you guys shot. So I saw you guys were by the reservoir for one, like Central Park.
You know what's crazy? I wasn't even there.
Oh, okay.
I was never there. Quick story. I wrote the script, gave it back to my friend. I was like, "Yo, here's the script." He was like, "Yo, this is really good." Yeah. Like, "Yo, what kind of fucked up shit is this?" And then I didn't know we were gonna do a festival. This was a year before, and then he hits me around. He's like, "Yo, we got in." I was like, "Got in what?" He's like, "Oh, the Dominican Film Festival." I was like, "You didn't tell me you were gonna do this." I thought we were just doing it just to do it, and then I was like, "Okay," but I wasn't there. He was by somewhere.
That's a good surprise, though.
That's pretty dope. Yeah.
To make it to the festival was pretty.
Shout out to the friend for being proactive.
Fuck that word.
After it.
Hell yeah.
Just to shout him out, Carlos Vasquez. Vasquez.
CeeLo.
Put it in that work.
So, to go from daydreaming in class to wanting to become a writer, getting into writing. So, did you immediately go into just the comic book route, or was it just or that because that was your first published work you mentioned?
Yeah.
And that was that the best. Let me think about how I want to ask this question. Why not like novel writing? Why not go in that direction?
I definitely want to write a book, but it's just like I feel like that in itself, that would have worked back in the day. like if this was like if I was not black and back in the 1800s, writing a book, anyone could do that, and it like that probably can sell and get the message out. But now, like. I kind of spoiler. I want to be a director writer at the end. That's like my goal in life. But when I graduated in 2015, and then I hooked up with one of my boys to do like some sort of cartoon, and because I hit him up because we went to the same high school. We went to Cardinal Hayes in the Bronx.
Oh shit, Cardinal Hayes. My brother went to there.
See, another Bronx tale. See, we out here.
My brother went to Cardinal Hayes.
Oh yeah.
But I got to rep Washington Heights because I was born and raised.
There you go.
But no, yeah, we linked up, and he was like, "Yo, man," because he was doing his own thing. If you guys know about the Bronx Native, that's like his like project. But before that, he didn't have a shop, so we were just trying. He was doing a lot of like wedding videos and all that stuff, and he was like, "Yo, let's create a cartoon." So that's when I was like, "Yo, I have nothing to do after college." I was working as a doorman. I was like, "Yo, here's a script. So that was like pulling teeth with him. Like it just wasn't working out, but like the idea stayed in my head. And then I kind of forgot the question. Like I'm kind of going.
Why did you go the comic book route?
Oh yeah. So thank you. So like fast forward. So like speaking of, so I was working as a doorman. I would sit down, write on my notebook. I carry the notebook all the time with me. It's always in here. So like I always
for our listeners.
Oh yes.
My man has a whole backpack with him. Yeah. So the notebook's in there.
It's just my notebook and my comic books that I've written. Like I just keep them with me. So like this random weird like. It's a weird thing, but like,
you never know. Just in case,
like if something happened to me, like my stuff is with me.
You'd be surprised when people carry in their book bags. So
no, I wouldn't.
That's not even weird.
It's New York City.
I don't find it weird. I don't find it weird, but it's just like it's a what's the word? It's a weird fear. Like if something happened to me, I don't have my stuff, so it's like I'd rather be with my stuff.
But if something happened to you, like how? Like if you got kidnapped or something?
No, not kidnapped.
I write comic books.
Not to be gloomy, but it's like if I like got killed and I'm just there, like I have my stuff, like I just have it with me. So like I just want like because the thing at the end of the day, like I'm so happy that my brother Teddy exists because I'm like if I leave, that stays here and anyone can read it. So I just want like people to know that's my stuff. But that's just like a weird thing. But anyway.
No, it's a proud thing.
No, and I understand that
about your work.
Yeah, because even in your works, I feel like you almost become immortal in that way. Even though you're not here, it's like no matter what, people can still revisit that.
Yeah, that's the goal. And then, so yeah, I like, I've been writing all my stuff, and then I started working at Apple part-time. So it's not like a set schedule. So I'm just like, I'm trying to do like shorts. So like my boy Carlos was like challenging me to like film shorts. So he was like, yo, choose a prop, choose a location, shoot it. And I had like a fake katana. He was like, I want to shoot here, here, and here. And I just did it. And then he was like, all right, let's do it. He's like, so on YouTube, I have all my videos that I've shot, so you can understand like the writing, the filming, the dialogue, and you can see the progression of me getting better, but that's taking too long. And then trying to shoot or even do animation is just so time consuming, especially when you work part time. You know, after college, you need money, and like that says a lot because Biden with the loans, bro. Come on, taking mad long over here. But
still haven't gotten that fucking email.
Waiting, but yeah. So like, I think it was. It was 2020. So I've been working at Apple since 2017. And then I kept telling people like, yeah, I'm working on a comic book. I'm working on something. Like I haven't had anything to show. And then that was in 2020 when I finally got it. I was like, I realized, I could just do comics. Because I've always wanted to do comics, but I didn't think I can get in because, when you think comics, you think DC, Marvel, Image, IDW. And I'm like, I can't get into that. Writers are usually like, lawyers, they work at CIA, like they have writing credentials, or they've written books like Ta-Nehisi Coates. Like it's one of those things where like they get the in, where someone like me, and I always said in my head, which I don't say now, but I used to be like, I'm a nobody. I'm from the Heights. No one really knows the Heights like that. So why would they give me a chance? And then 2020, you realize I do my thing. I find like other peers like me online that are just like me doing indie stuff, and indie's on the rise. So it's like, okay, like I can do this. So maybe if someone takes notice of my work, I probably could write a Batman comic here or whatever, but I have to do the work. So then when I started doing comics, it's like, okay, at least I'm exercising my skill. I'm just like, all right, I'm doing this. And then it's until recently I started going to like conventions. So I was like, okay, now I get to see more people. So yeah, that's why I went to comic books. I started focusing on there. Hopefully one day I can do like more movies and stuff like that.
Dude, that's dope, man. That's an awesome path too.
Yeah, because it's easier, because I can just hire the artist, they do the work, and I don't have to be there.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Shit. Dude, I mean, that's, and even so, the same way you said you wrote the script and then the script is handed over, and I'm like, this scene, they're like, they did that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, man.
It sounds very streamlined. You got this shit put together. For a dude that's like, pero yo no sé.
I don't know if I should.
So some of these, like the artists that you found, like the Illustrator and things like that, you found them off of.
So his name is Todor. So he's from Bulgaria. Which is funny because they're from
did not expect that.
Is there a part of Queens called Bulgaria? It's from Bulgaria, Queens.
That seems more.
That seems more with the other part.
Okay, that sounds real. So I found I want to say Instagram, but I don't remember how I came across him. But yeah, we worked together, and he's been doing his work. His work is great, as you see from my brother Teddy. But his work has improved significantly, because if you guys like Stranger Things, he draws the comics for Dark Horse Comics in for that series. I think it's the prequel to Stranger Things.
Oh shit.
Wow. Yeah, so like that's all him. And his, like, he gave me a recently, like last week or this week, he gave me the cover to one of variants to one of my comics. So I was like, dude, this looks way like, I was like, you're in the hyperbolic time chamber. You've been practicing this whole time. And I'll show you guys off air, because I know we're like recording. But like, it was really dope. And we're still in contact. And then the colorist, because it's a different person. There's different people. So you got the inker. There's a penciler, there's an inker, and then there's a colorist.
But,
whoa!
But for Todor, so Todor does the inking and penciling, so that's all one package. And then I worked with the colorist Sonia, also from Bulgaria. Their community is pretty small. They all know each other. So then she did the coloring, and then when I moved on to my next book, she was like, yo, is there anyone you want to reach out to do the other comic? And he's like, oh, you can talk to this person. I was like, oh yeah, like let me talk to him. So I was talking to this guy named Constantine, dope ass name, right?
Oh, yeah, but actual name though, right? I know somebody named Constantine too.
He's on his birth certificate.
Yeah. I know somebody like that.
Bring the proof.
He's really dope. And then we start talking. We start hashing out like the ideas for the comic. And he's like, yeah, Sonia's my wife. And I was like, bro, this is a team right there. So like she does the coloring. I was like, her colors are great. So I'm like, no one does colors. She's the only one I would go to for colors because I'm like, I have a team.
Yeah.
So that just happened. And this was the start of 2020. And we're in 2024 right now. So.
And still go. And that's the funny part, right? Because, I mean, obviously, you guys, safe to say you guys never met in person because of the distance and all that, but still work together.
It's
and everything.
crazy how you think about it.
That's crazy.
Years ago, that would never happen.
No.
Hell no.
That would never happen.
Nah, hell no.
So
when you create your characters and all that, do you give them ideas like, yo, this is how I want them to look, or you just tell them, yo, do you?
No, I'll tell them like, yo, this is what they'll do the concept art for the character. I'm like, I want him to wear this. I want the color of the hair. I was like, I'll do that, and whatever you want to add, you do it. Okay. And yeah, but like if, let me take it back too. Like Todor, how I kind of gave a birthday present to myself. So I'm a big Ninja Turtles fan. I love Ninja Turtles.
Which one's your favorite though?
Leonardo.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
He's the leader. Yeah.
Did you read The Last Ronin?
Yo, that's a silly question, bro. No. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're whack. You like the op." I'm like, no, but like, first of all, I like Leonardo because I like swords. Katana's like really cool, but then he's also like I don't see myself as a Raphael because Raphael's the more popular character because he's wears red.
That one.
Yeah. I'm like, no, and I like all of them equally, but I'm like, I lean towards.
I didn't know Raphael was the most popular one.
He is him and Mikey.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see Mike. I would have thought Mike would have been the more popular one.
And then
Donatello's probably the least one, right?
Yeah.
In a sense, like my cousin, he likes Donatello, but I would see him more as a Raph.
I thought Leonardo was the fucking popular one.
That's what I would have thought too.
Blue and
the swords. That's what I thought too.
If you were to take it back to people older than us, they grew up they didn't have the colored Ninja Turtles. They all wore the same red.
What?
Yeah, it was black and white, but they all had red.
Wait, you just fucking
holy shit!
I
never knew that.
No,
they all wore one color at one point.
You only could tell who they were by their weapons.
Oh shit!
So if you're reading it, you will be like, "Oh, that's Donatello." You
get the fuck out of here. That's cool.
But again, we're not into comics.
That's right. I used to watch the cartoons.
That's where you got the colors from. So. But they only did that so you can differentiate. And mind you, kids are watching it, so they're like, they want you to be like, I'm the red one.
You're right.
Yeah, like Power Rangers.
Yeah. So what was the present?
What?
You say it was
the present. I was like, what? I totally
you got lost in the Ninja Turtle world.
I became you. I'm like, not here anymore.
He's like, present. What? Y'all brought gifts? What are you talking about? What happened? So you talking about it? Yeah.
So it was 2017. So like that was a definitive year. Actually, I was like super depressed. My mom got sick, and thank God she's still alive with us right now.
I don't know if the applause is appropriate.
No, it is appropriate. I'm happy.
Thank God she's okay now.
Yeah. What was, if you don't mind me asking?
What
was she going through?
During college, she was always going to like doctors or whatever and stuff like that, and then it was like right after she had kidney failures.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So then it's one of those things where people, I don't want to say people of color, people in like our neighborhoods or anything like that, a lot of kids experience that because we don't get a lot of good health care. Where we live.
So, and we don't eat good and all that type of shit.
Yeah, but like it also could be part of the genetics, but it's just the way things are. So like she got sick and then she had to go through dialysis. So like dialysis is like really tough.
It is.
And at the same time, which it's weird, things come full circle. So my wife now was like a girl I was seeing then, but she was going through her own thing. So I didn't see we didn't like break up because we weren't together for that long. But we started seeing each other. But she's like, oh, I can't do this. So I got more depressed.
Oh boy.
So
were you the side guy at the time?
I guess I was. I guess.
Get my man in trouble when he gets home.
So she had her own thing, and then she was like, I'm not ready for a relationship. I was like, all right, it's fine. But like my mind is split because I was like, damn, like I was really digging this chick, and then my mom is getting sick. So like I had this crazy dream where like my world was falling apart. Like, it was like one of those things. So like as I'm like starting to feel better, and like I started writing Ninja Turtles first. This was before my Napoleon comic book. So I was like, let me just write a script for this. And I just wrote like 6 issues. And then that's when I met Totoro. I was like, yo, can you draw these characters in this way? And he nailed it. They're like things that, like, to answer your question before, I was like, I want them to look like this, but add whatever you want. So like for Donatello, he's like in a roof, he's looking in a computer. Dude adds Converse on Donatello, but like cut out, like ninja shoes.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I would not have thought of that. Like that was really dope.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's really stylish, right?
It's stuff like that was dope. He gave like I wanted to have like Raphael like in a UFC like octagon thing, but he gave him like these like cargo pants. I was like, yo, I would never have thought of that. It's stuff like that. I was like, yo, just run with it, because I don't like to control that.
Yeah.
I was like, this is what I want,
Free
but do
range.
whatever you want, because I don't want to. Like, I think that is a good director in a sense. When like that's the thing. Like you build trust, you build a relationship, and you just don't be controlling like Ridley Scott. Yes, I'm shouting. I hear Ridley Scott is crazy, but he knows his stuff. But whatever. But yeah.
So wait, what was the gift?
It was just I paid to do those things for myself, so I was just like I wanted to have those pictures.
Got it.
So it's just.
Do you have them with you? I want to see them. What the fuck?
Yeah, they're on my phone actually. Yeah, I can bring it out right now. But yeah,
And definitely send them to me so I can
upload.
put them on the episode.
Edit.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll definitely show you them. But like, yeah, it was really cool,
Damn.
and I was just like super happy with it.
So that took you out of it helped to take you out of your profession, I'm guessing. Right?
Yeah, so like that helped, and I was like really, it got me hyped. And then one time I was at work, you can like flip through as well. There's like 5 pictures, and yeah, if you look at the whole thing, it's just a folder of all Ninja Turtle stuff. So like that, those are the things I enjoyed. The last one is Master Roshi.
Yeah. Not to control, have you kept writing things or have ideas?
I know.
For Turtles?
So my goal is
my goal
is to one day. I have the scripts. I wrote all 6 issues.
Yeah.
Because they're not my characters to like write a. I
Correct,
could
right,
if
you
I
need
want
to,
to,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I want it to be official. Like I want to go to IDW and be like, "Yo, I wrote
Here
a
it
script."
is, and-
like that is like kind of a goal for me before like writer director. So like I want to like
That'd be
show
the
that.
Be able to have
Right?
that story.
Because
Yeah.
I don't want it to be like a fan fiction where like, oh, it's just on the internet. I
Correct.
could do that,
yeah,
but that's
yeah.
just a waste of money.
Yeah,
where
it is, it is. It
Not a
won't-
lot of people are gonna see it. I want it to be official, but then when Kevin Eastman wrote Last Ronin, I was like, damn, like, because I want to tell a story of them beyond being teenagers. So Last Ronin is in a sense that, but I was like, my story I think is, I don't want to say better, but I have a different story. But I think it's
Just
better.
a different take.
It's a different take. That's the key word. But yeah. So
So there is no story that
Wow, this guy is
they are
sick.
older, right? They
all
no
dead.
story like that.
They all died.
In
They're
Last
dead 'cause of this-
Ronin, they're all
okay.
dead.
Wow.
Except for one. In the first issue, you don't know who it is till the end of issue 1.
Was it Super Shredder?
Nah, it's fucking. It's
Super Shredder
it's-
was cool, yo.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, Mikey's the last one to stay alive. Michelangelo.
Get the fuck out
Yeah.
of here.
But
All of them, I would have never thought him.
No, and then the crazy thing is, like, if you do read into the comics, it's just like he is the like quote unquote like ditzy dumb one, but it's just because he's so aware with like his surroundings. That's why when you see him fight, he fights very freely. So like it is not surprising to me that he survived.
Got you.
Knowing that.
So
stuff.
definitely,
Yeah. So
definitely.
That's sick.
I used to think he was just a doofy motherfucker.
That's what I thought too. That surprised the shit out of
And
me.
the
I
way
wasn't gonna
he
hold
just
you.
broke it down. He's
freely,
the
yeah.
most fluid.
Yeah.
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 Fuck.
He's the most.
He's water.
He's water.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
This
Like
nigga's Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Fuck.
He's
because he
fucking Bruce Lee.
doesn't think a lot, but his body moves.
Fuck.
So that's
Shout out to Michelangelo.
But yeah. No, yeah.
You
If you
done
ever,
blown
if
my
he
mind.
read it, you should read it. It's a
Damn.
good read. It's a good read.
Apparently, these
Yeah, check it
motherfuckers don't read. I'm saying.
We don't comics.
You want to know something? You want to know something funny
Very
though? In my podcast, we have a thing called the weekly wrap. So it's whatever we're watching, reading, or playing. So I tend to be reading stuff. My friend never reads. So we say he's illiterate. You know how to read, but you don't read. So you're illiterate.
So sign me up. Sign me up.
So Master Splinter, of course, dead too.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
he was old.
everyone. Died.
Everyone died.
Is Shredder in it?
Even Casey, the dude with
Casey
the heart.
Jones?
Yeah, Casey. Yeah, 'cause
Fucking
this is-
Casey Jones.
April.
April,
obviously.
she's still alive, but she's missing a leg and an arm.
God damn, April. What the
She's
fuck happened?
fucking-
Wait, so what happened? In
She
this
must be
future?
mad
This
old,
distant
though.
future. I don't.
Oh, it's
it's-
pretty dope. I don't know.
Okay, all right.
But
Yeah, don't spoil it.
All
for
right,
it.
all right.
But you should read it.
Okay, all right.
So she's in a wheelchair.
I'm in. So where do I start? I mean, you can just read that. Was it with the
No,
the
you
last
could
one?
just read that.
Yeah, just that.
Oh, you could just read that. Oh, so it tells
Whatever
you the whole
knowledge
story.
you know about Ninja Turtles, you read that, you'll get it.
Oh,
Okay.
I bet.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's not like you need to read fucking.
Do they still like pizza and
Nah, I think he on some other shit now.
He's too serious.
They shop at
He
Whole
got some real
Foods.
protein shit now.
They shop at Whole Foods now, and it's
He's on Whole
different.
Foods.
Fucking Optimum protein
Starbucks,
He said
yeah.
he's on Whole Foods.
He drinks matcha.
He on a whole different level, bro.
Yeah.
He on a whole different level.
Fucking matcha.
So Comic-Con, you do you attend every year?
Nah, so it was what? We're in 2023 of the summer. I went to Tampa Bay Comic-Con. That was my first convention.
Awesome.
So that one has 50,000 people that show up there.
What?
My best friend lives in Tampa, so I sent all my books down there, and then we went together to promote my stuff and promote the podcast.
Nice.
So that was another thing. We were trying to like push our podcast and my stuff out there. It was a good feeling. No expectations. We were nervous. I was like, oh, this is really dope. And then most recent convention was in February, which is called MegaCon, which is in Orlando.
Okay.
That one has 200K people.
Damn.
Yeah. So it's
what arena is this? That
Yeah,
holds
but to
so
say,
many
I'm like,
people.
A fucking church.
well, it's no, but think about it. You guys been to New York Comic Con?
Nah.
yeah, to the Jacob Javits.
Yeah. So
y'all niggas need to read more.
Yeah, I never.
Nah, MegaCon is as big as New York Comic Con.
Really?
Yeah, MegaCon's been around since the 90s. I've only heard about it in the last probably like 10 years. But not a lot of people know because a lot of like mainstream people probably say, I don't say mainstream, but people think that New York Comic Con is mainstream. So it's New York Comic Con and
It was San Diego?
Those
Yeah.
are the two people that like if I mention Comic Con, that's the
That's-
two they
yeah,
think
that's all
about.
I think. Yep,
But there are
exactly.
other conventions. Like
Did not know
there's
that.
Dragon Con, there's Emerald City Con. Then there are conventions for little things like Power Rangers has their own like convention. It's just
Oh,
all Power
shit.
Rangers.
What?
Yeah, it's wild. Like you'd be
That's crazy.
surprised if you look for it. They'll have conventions.
I ain't gonna lie. I ran into the Black Ranger one time,
Oh, Walter Jones. He was at both cons that I went to.
and I got like a little. I didn't say nothing to him, but I got a little giddy.
Yeah,
Starstruck.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
the Black Ranger.
Yo, you hit him with the yo.
It's weird because I like look. It was in the street too. It wasn't like I didn't see him at a Comic-Con, right?
Oh,
Like
okay.
I saw him in the street, but it was during Comic-Con time, so I'm sure he was just roaming around, or whatever. And I saw him, and I was like,
Black Ranger.
you just do one of those head
Yeah,
nods,
yeah.
and he was like, and he just acknowledged
He
it.
said, I don't know.
You know, it would have been funny if he did the that would have been. He would have been like,
Across the street.
but if he did it back though, that would have been dope.
Yo, I mean, but no, I had no idea that they had their own
Damn,
convention.
word up. I didn't even know that either.
So how was February? So
February was amazing because that one. Shout out to my wife too.
That was Orlando, right?
That was Orlando because so that one was 4 days. So like New York Comic Con was 4 days. So MegaCon was 4 days. Thursday was like day one. Great. I saw one of my favorite writers, Scott Snyder, who wrote if you know the Batman Court of Owls. He was there. He was like 10 to 15 feet away from me, like his booth. So I've been following this dude for a minute.
Wow.
So like, what was it 2011, like New 52, which is comic stuff, comic nerdy stuff.
When they revamped all of them and started back at 1.
Yes.
Oh.
0-1 from like they said fuck
Yeah.
the whole
Every
history.
day.
That only lasted for 5 years. So when I graduated college, they ended and they kind of brought everything back. But anyway, so Scott Snyder was like the GOAT when it came to writing Batman. And I remember reading and stuff. I was like, yo, I love the writing. I love this dude. And years ago, my boy Carlos went to a signing, which was in Barnes & Noble. I couldn't go because I was at work. But I was like, yo, here's my comic. Go get it signed. Dude signs it. He's like, good luck, Jay, because Carlos told him that I want to write comics. And then he's like, we need more young bloods in the game, blah, 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 because there's not a lot of them. And I was like, so I took that to heart.
Yeah.
So then I'm sitting at the February one. I'm just like, yo, he's right
Yeah,
over
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So, and then day one, he wasn't there. I'm like, yo, what's going on? But I look up the schedule. He's like, oh, he's going to be there Saturday and Sunday. I was like, okay, so I got to wait. So he shows up Saturday, and I'm like, yo, I've never been this close. I've never seen him in person. And then I had my comics. I signed it, and then there was a long line to get stuff autographed. I was like, yo, I can't wait there because I got to sell my stuff.
Yeah.
It's like I gotta go make money.
I was like, I gotta make money.
Damn, bro.
And then my wife was like, yo, I'll wait in line. I'm like, you sure? Like,
Yeah.
you trying to wait in line?
Oh, so she.
So she waited in line.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, yo, you're the GOAT for that.
Yeah.
And then
Women's History Month.
got there.
Women's history. Her story.
There we go. Yeah, I just brought some women in. But yeah, she was there, and then my best friend's wife was there as well because she wanted to keep her company. And then she texted me. I was like, hey, I'm not signing anything because there was like there was a woman there who was taking payments because you have to pay to get stuff signed. So that's the thing.
First time I went to Comic-Con, I didn't understand it. And I was just like, everything was just like money. Yo, I thought you was there. You're like, oh, pay money.
I'll tell you a Stan Lee story, which is depressed me. But anyway, I get to the front and I meet him and I'm like, hey, I have nothing to sign, but I want to give you my first published work. Like one of your words is one of the reasons why I kept going.
Yeah.
And he was like super touched. I got it on video and everything. And
that's dope, man.
I handed him my book. I was like, yo, I signed it. I was like, here, this is yours. And then I gave him my other comic. He was like, super appreciative, and I felt really good about that. And then he was like, I have a class online. I was like, yeah, man, I know you got like a class. And he's like,
bro.
Yeah, I was like,
still trying to sell you something.
God damn.
You're like one of the real ones.
But that's what I thought too. And then he goes, yo, I'll pay for the whole year. And then it was like,
shit.
Yeah, and he was just like, you can come, we can talk about your comic, talk about stuff. And I was just like,
dude, you couldn't believe it. You probably couldn't believe it.
Damn. I was like, no way.
Shit.
I'm there like,
I
did not expect this. Yeah. So it was really dope.
Did you take him up on the offer?
So no, I emailed him. He gave me his email. I was like, so I can just reach out anytime. So
wait, you haven't done it yet?
No, I did.
Oh,
so he's just.
Wait, when was this? This
was in February. But dude is super busy, dude. So like, I waited and I sent him a second email. I was like, yo, why is he not responding? But like, I'm following him on Instagram and Twitter, and he's just like, he's doing stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he's probably not seeing it. So then I went on the class thing to see how much what the year was. I was like, it was like $75. I was like, I'm gonna just do that. And I just did it. And I was like, the next time he does a class, he did a class last week, but I wasn't there because I had like work or I went to the museum.
Applause redacted.
Retract.
Motherfucking guy.
But the thing is that I got his information and I'm just like, I'm happy I got that.
Yeah,
so it was like
awesome,
really dope.
Yeah, for him to even give you the email.
Like, people would, like, if Crazy Fanatics would probably email, I was like, yo, I got a Batman best work.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to write Batman. I want to write my own stuff.
Oh, and then real quick, the Stan Lee story.
Oh, Stanley. So the depressing part of this was 2013. Bro, I went to Comic-Con and I had my comic ready. I had my Funko Pop. No, I didn't even have a Funko Pop. I had a comic ready. I wanted to sign because he wrote it. He wrote a comic book that I bought with other writers like Chris Claremont and all those other people. And I was on the line, and then I find out you have to pay. At that time, it was $75.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, to get this shit signed?
Anything to get signed,
everything's money.
75.
Because think about it, Stanley doesn't really make money unless he's signing or doing other stuff. He doesn't make money from like maybe some royalties. Cause like
from the movies though, don't they got to go through him?
I mean, he's dead already. So
no, I'm saying, but at that time,
they invite him because he doesn't own the rights to any of them. Remember, everything he created belongs to Marvel. They're the entity.
Shit.
So even though he created Spider-Man, it doesn't belong to him.
Yeah,
he gets credited, but he doesn't belong to him. So it's a whole business stuff. So I'm not gonna get into all that
business shit. It's called rape.
Yeah.
I got you.
But even so, side story from what I saw on Comic-Con is like, let's say if you get, a buddy of mine is big into it, right? So he has some of the Funko Pops from like the voice act, and he had the voice actors sign it, but then now to get it like authenticated, you have to go.
What?
CGC is right there.
Yes.
So CGC is a certification. So like when I went, first time I went to see Stanley, I couldn't. I went to the ATM. Mind you, everyone's at this ATM. So I'm waiting on. I finally get the money.
On your line for everything.
Yeah. Bro, Stanley's gone. I was like,
no.
Shit. I was depressed.
So wait. The first time you went to go see him, you didn't know it cost bread.
I didn't know it cost bread.
And then you didn't see him.
I never saw him until the next Comic-Con.
Oh,
and then you're like,
the bread. You had the bread, right?
And you're like, no, he's at the
$500.
I came with $1,000 cash in my pocket. I was ready.
Yeah.
And then one of my boys was like, I was like, doors open to Comic-Con. I was like, I'm going straight to Stan Lee. Went into that line. Line was on. My boy's like, I'm going to stay with you. And we were just there. We're talking. We get there, bro. I couldn't say words to Stan because he's one of my heroes. I'm just looking at him and I'm like, we're having this mental conversation. Like you raised me.
Yeah.
So he signs my comic. He signs my Funko Pop. and then CGC is right there.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, what do you want to get? Because they have to witness it. So
Yes.
you go through the line.
Yes.
Yeah, because anyone can just be like,
Oh yeah, if he signed it. Yeah, and even that you have to pay for.
And
by
that's
the
to
way.
authentic to what was
to
that for?
authenticate it, to
So
make it
authentic-
certified.
Get the fuck out of
So
here.
now, if you want to sell it later on,
Oh,
it's
got you.
authentic. It's like this is
So you
legit.
pay him too.
I pay him to sign it, and then,
And then you
you
have to
pay
pay
the
CGC.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
This shit is
But
crazy.
you want to know what's funny? When I went to him again to sign it, it was $100. So it went up $25.
my God.
Yeah, he wasn't playing.
But
Okay, yeah.
like I said, I had $1,000 in my pocket.
No, he was ready.
So
He was ready. Let me
But
get
how
10.
about if you film while he's signing? That's right there. It's
Well,
a
no,
whole-
because then
it's
at
a
the same
whole-
time, I could get a fake one and have replica, and now I could sell 10 of those and be like, no, I have the video right here.
You're
So
right,
it's
you're right.
yeah. So
Yeah.
but it's nuts because even then they have a place. The central place is in Orlando or it's in Florida. Because I know a buddy of mine. They take. Let's say you have a card signed by Barry Bonds and you want to get it authentic. You send it to Orlando. They make sure they authentic, and then they send it back. But my biggest fear is
Nah,
always
What
Get
about
the
if them
fuck outta
motherfuckers
here.
swap?
Hell
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
I don't know them.
Nah,
Like
I'm going to Orlando.
Yeah. So people do
With
that.
my card.
Yeah, people do that a lot of
Hell
times.
yeah. But
Hey,
why
motherfuckers can
there?
swap
Why
it.
there though? Why?
I
why
think that's
where
their
they-
headquarters, I
Yeah,
believe.
that's where they're based out of.
It's crazy.
It's wherever rent is cheap. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
I went to Comic-Con for the first time. Was it 2 years ago? And I experienced all that. I was just like, I was in shock. I was like, oh wow, cool. And then Bruce Leroy was there. Like,
Get the
just-
fuck out of here.
Bro,
Bruce Leroy was there.
Everyone who's
That's my
everyone.
man, son.
Dude, it's like time to collect that day. Like if
I
you were
ain't gonna
anyone,
lie.
you were in any movie, you did any
That's
comic
the
or
time to
whatever.
get some money.
Oh, bro, you name it, they were there. You're like, dude, I
Damn,
took
Bruce
a picture
Leroy.
of Papa Shango, wrestler. Yeah,
Papa Shango?
Papa Shango, and then
Fuck.
who else? The whole train.
Oh, that's the pimp.
Yes. Dude, everyone like legit, like like Pokemon stuff, and then the whole train. And
Yeah,
then you're
it
like, you're
literally
like, what?
changes. It's like
Yeah.
Pokemon, and then it's basketball. There's sports in there. Like it's just
What?
crazy.
Everything. It's an event. It's pretty dope.
Comic-Con used to just be comic books, and
Yeah.
then it just became pop
Movies,
culture.
Everything.
Yeah, wow, that's
everything.
crazy.
I stopped
It's pretty
going
dope.
to that shit once you could stand on virtual line to then get on the
Yeah.
line to get the ticket and the meal. And I was like, nah, I'm good.
No, and that was like my goal was to meet Stanley. Once I did, I just stopped going.
Sure, yeah,
and then
okay.
I went the last time, this past October, and I was like, I was there for 4 hours. I was like, I don't want to be here. I want to be the one. I want to be the one selling.
I hear you. You want to have your own
and
booth there,
I
yeah.
want to have my own booth there. So
Dude,
I'm
that's
like,
awesome, man.
Like it's just weird.
I get yeah.
New York Comic Con's
it-
weird
it-
with
yeah.
that. Because it's like I was like I want to know how to apply. It's not as easy, so it's just weird.
Oof.
So I was like, why? There's some weird gatekeeping that's going
Yeah.
on.
Oh, everything.
That's
Yeah.
But
Because I
once
couldn't
you get a
apply.
ticket, you could go all 4 days.
When you buy the 4-day
Pass,
option, but
yeah.
I'm
Get
trying,
Get the fuck
I'm
out of
trying-
here.
Yeah, no,
So one
separate.
ticket is not the 4 day.
No. It's one day.
Because some
They
people
make a
can't
lot
go.
of money there.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
people can't go all day. So some people buy like a Friday. They buy a
Oh,
Saturday.
got you.
And then yeah.
But you're not gonna see it all in one day. Oh, you do.
You
can,
could,
you
but there's
can.
just so much.
a
Like
lot.
you could
Different
you
days
could
have different panels.
And
Gotcha,
there's that
gotcha,
too. So I don't really do panels, but you can literally. I've walked the whole thing. But
Okay,
there's stuff
yeah.
you miss.
Dude.
Got you.
So,
Hey,
yeah.
Like I said, I saw John Leguizamo. I met John Leguizamo
Oh,
there. Like,
shit.
dude, yeah, it's like everyone, dude. Like whoever, I'm telling you, I'm gonna think of more people. Like
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
It's just they're there. They're there.
But it is a
Probably
hard.
find Giuliani there. Like,
Yeah, I always saw Bruce Leroy with a little starstruck. Oh, like, oh, Bruce Leroy.
yeah,
That
yeah.
guy right there.
They be walking around too.
Yeah,
Like some
that's
people
what's
don't
up.
recognize them. So
Correct.
people like they're not like I don't want to say they're not A-listers, but if they're not A-listers and they're walking around,
Yeah, you
and
wouldn't-
if you like were to be able to pinpoint, you can walk up to them and be like, yo, look.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Especially when they're walking around. The Warriors. A couple of guys from the Warriors are there. Yeah.
Pretty dope.
Out and play.
That's very dope.
But it is tough. A tough realization when you go there, and you don't know that literally everything costs money.
Yes, dude, you gotta pay.
Because I was of the mindset of, I pay a ticket, I'm good.
No, yeah,
No,
right.
you go in there, and you're like,
Well, and even now because of the square spacing technology and everything,
Yeah.
it's just like boop, boop, boop,
Oh, yeah.
boop. Now you don't have to worry about the cash. It's just like right here.
It's crazy
Oh,
to think
Dang.
about, like, even how far back I mean, not far back, but actually,
even
it
as far
was
back
like
as 2013.
No,
like,
that's
it's
just
just
funny.
cash.
So in 2013, that was not even there.
It-
You had
it's
to
all
have
cash.
So,
Yeah.
it's all cash.
Like there were things that were free, like here and there. It was like
Little swag
It was like
bullshit.
swag bullshit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it was just stuff like that. And then There were times, I'm not gonna lie, I took some stuff, but because I remember I was like, "Oh, this is a cool poster," and then me and my friend was like, "Yo, take it." I'm like, "No, you take it." And he walked away, and I was like, and I walked the other direction. We met up, and I was like,
man. Motherfuckers did a whole grand heist for your poster.
Yo, this was, you know, what was it? The Fast and the Furious before it was.
Yeah. The heist.
Y'all go dressed up?
I've never done that.
I've never dressed up, but if I do something, it's simple. So like one time I just wore like a button down with like the Superman shirt.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't go crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Poser.
Like, oh, look at this chump.
He did it coming all the way.
Yeah. Are those glasses real too?
You imagine I'd be like, you're right, you caught me.
You're a phony.
It's funny, my boy Marvin did the same thing. He'll go with his suit and the same thing, Superman shirt underneath.
Because some people be wilding.
Yo, well, shout out to
I don't want to say wilding though, because some of them are like so when I was in MegaCon, they were like very like they spent time and
really good. Like insane.
Like are you guys aware of Attack on Titan?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So so it's an anime, but like so you know like the
cross thing, the
like
jacket?
the wings.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So it's like the white and blue wings. So someone came in dressed with like the knives.
I've seen a lot of those.
But she actually made wings. Like
legit,
the blue and white wings. And I was like, that's like
and
innovative.
It takes time, yeah.
Like if you can
creative.
change it up and be creative, I was like, yo, I dig that.
Yeah.
Nah, it's like
people come legit
costume design shit. Like people they fabricate stuff. I remember watching on Sci-Fi. I think it was Sci-Fi. They had a whole Comic Con type of show where people were showing their process of how they were building this shit.
That's crazy.
And I was like, nah, that.
And I can imagine now with 3D printing and everything.
Oh man, yeah, people must be
going
crazy doing that shit.
Yeah, really cool.
But like the stuff that you buy and the stuff that you pick up too, like authentic things that are hard to find all throughout. Like I just learned about Whatnot, and my buddy's on there all the time. But when my buddy Marvin, he came. The backpack wasn't big enough. He needed a suitcase like to roll. Like he went and he was like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. He bought everything. But that's
like
I was just like, holy smokes.
Yeah, that's a lifestyle.
Like $2,000.
Though. I can't do that.
I felt like it was like $2,000.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle. Like you gotta be. It's like collecting sneakers. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
just
like that.
Half-ass it. Like for me, I got my Stan Lee thing. I got the comic book signed, graded. It's considered signature graded. So it loses points because you wrote on the book.
That's crazy, yeah.
It's because of Stan Lee, it gets a different grade.
Yeah.
Now he signed my Funko Pop, but I didn't get that graded.
But
crazy. Like with a couple months, I did buy it with the sticker, so I have 2 Funko Pops signed by Stan Lee. So one of them is mine because I know I signed it. One of them I can just sell it.
What is some Funko Pop?
The toys with the big heads.
I was just about to
got you. Okay.
The
bubble. Yeah, that was theirs. Yeah.
Yeah.
The bobbleheads, yeah.
So it was a Stan Lee
Funko
Pop.
Shit.
Yeah. It was the first one.
Oh, wow.
Because there are like a whole bunch of those. But yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. So once I met Stan Lee, I was good. That was fine.
Like I'm done with this shit.
Nah, but it's amazing how you went from wanting to be, just like on the interested consumption side of taking in all the content and all the stuff. But then that realization of that moment, like, fuck this shit, man. I need to be the one selling it and making money.
Fuck that. You fucking be a fan all the time, man. I'm here for business. I'm here for fucking business.
I understand that because as a creator, right? Like you have all these dope things. You're like, and I can imagine, not to be arrogant, but I'm sure you probably see some things and you're like, nah,
come on,
that could be
So in 2013 or even in high school, I remember like going through my Comic-Con. I went to Comic-Con first time. I think it was like junior year or sophomore year in high school. And I remember seeing some stuff. So like when it came to like DC and Marvel, obviously they're gonna do well because they're the big heads. But when you go into like Artist Alley and then you see like the indie stuff, there was a lot of like old heads there because they probably just do their stuff. And you look at their comic and their art, it's not appealing. Because I went and I was just like, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Sometimes it's trash because then looking at the cover, you see like black characters, which we don't see a lot of black characters on the front cover. But they have black hair, they have baggy jeans. But I'm like, and they have like gold chains.
Selling drugs too.
But it didn't appeal to me because I was like, what is this? I'm like, is it like are they trying to cater to someone like me? Because I'm like, I didn't find that because I want to see like black people doing space stuff or fantasy,
something, bro.
like something different, right? Like in Lord of the Rings, like when you watch the movies. I don't think you ever see a black person.
Oh, no,
that's what I'm thinking. I have to recall.
Come to think of it,
and I've seen that movie, the extended cut. Like I don't remember. But it's weird. In a world of fantasy, you would think a black person or any brown person lives there, right? Or even Star Wars. In a world where there's aliens.
Come on, we said a world where there's aliens, not one black
besides Samuel Jackson and Lando.
Yeah. But that was late on. They threw like, all right, we need to throw some color in this motherfucker.
Let's throw Lando Calrissian.
Yeah,
we need to expand the market share.
Yeah. But old school, nobody's black.
Yeah,
or Spanish, no nothing. That's just crazy.
I just don't understand how we always end up and everywhere, and the only thing that the same consistency and the only continuity we can always have is baggy jeans and gold chains.
That's fucking crazy.
And
that's fucking crazy.
Mind you, I'm a high school kid, and it just turned me off because I was like, okay, whatever. Like, what are they trying? I stopped by and looked at the booth, and they were like trying to get me to. I was like,
nah, my man.
I was like, I wasn't interested in that at the time. But now, because indie comics are getting more attention, and it's like I'm trying to catch that wave, so like that anyone in the higher ups can see that. Like it's. I think something's gonna happen when it comes to that. Like a lot of people are just gonna like recognize people of color like doing that stuff. Like when I did, so like my
when you say a lot of people, are you referring to just white people? Because
no, anyone.
Because what outside of the industry, why do you feel we're not acknowledging ourselves?
To answer that question, that could be a whole conversation. But like no, so like people like us won't. I don't want to say won't, are kind of conditioned. For example, we grew up with the Spider-Mans, the X-Men. Yeah,
the whitewash.
That X-Men 97.
X-Men is supposed to be representation of people of color.
Yeah, it's supposed to be about racism.
I'm gonna move that to the side. But you got the Spider-Mans, you got the Supermans, Batman, and then whenever you tell a story, for some reason, even myself, I'm guilty of this as a kid. You tell a story and there's always a white person.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're right.
One this guy who is called the antagonist. He has his own comic. He's successful. He showed his stuff. He's like, yo, when I used to draw, it was always a white person. It was weird. We were conditioned this way.
Yeah, that's true though.
When you would watch, unfortunately, when you watch these movies, the black guy or the Spanish guy is always getting killed. So it's just like
it's because they don't want to pay them anymore.
No,
they gotta cut them off the road fast.
Shout out to LL Cool J for surviving.
Yeah, for real.
So to answer your question, I think everyone, and this includes anyone of color or white, that's not a color, whatever. everyone in the planet needs to see what people that are not big business could do. Because, like, for example, a comic book in like regular comics, you go to a comic store, it's like what, $3 to $5 a pop. Big companies can afford that. Indie comics creators can create their books and sell it for like $8 to $10. Not a lot of people know cost, so I sell my books for $8. If I do like a variant cover with like holographic covers, I sell them for $12. People think it's like cheap, and I was like, but it's like I add like stuff to it, like the soundtrack and stuff, because I kind of want to give people more, so they don't feel like they're getting cheated. But the thing is,
you always got to justify the value.
Yeah, but like the thing is, I didn't have to do that, and they would still pay the $8.
Correct.
$12.
And now you're adding more value, going above and beyond.
So now I want to answer your second question as well, people like us should see that the value in seeing themselves in our stuff. Yeah. Because it's like white people can look at our stuff and be like, all right, cool. Because that's another thing. I went to Florida, and there's not a I loved it there, but the clientele I was looking for was people of color to stop by. Because I've had some guys like, yo, I love seeing a black dude doing his thing, selling books where there's a black person in the cover. And I was like, yeah, man, like my Napoleon has I say white now, but that kind of extends to, I don't want to spoil the story, but most of the characters in my covers are black, and then they're shaded in a way that they're not like stereotyped, because it's supposed to represent everyone. And that was like the whole thing with my story. Like in my Alien Heroes, which is the cartoon that I wanted to make, that I realized that I can turn into a comic, because animation costs money.
Oh man!
Like it costs like for like 30 seconds. Like someone was like trying to charge me $300 like a second. And I was like,
that takes a lot of work in the animation shit.
But animation is expensive and is a lot of work.
Yeah.
But
with AI, maybe it's gonna be different now.
Well, we'll see. But it was one of those things where I was like, oh, I'll turn my cartoon, because I had the storyboards. And I was like, this looks like a comic. So I was like, turned it into a comic book. And not to like stunt, but I was able to talk to heads of Nickelodeon. And
you stunned it? That's what's up. Yeah. Not to stunt. Yeah, stunning.
Yeah. So, like, them niggas not doing too hot right now. So they need all the help they can get. They better start looking elsewhere.
So that's OD.
So yes.
Damn, that messed up my childhood.
Damn.
But I didn't. I grew up with like Cartoon Network and Disney, but not so much Nickelodeon. But more. I watched more of the cartoons. Nickelodeon, I watched Drake and Josh a lot because that was like my thing. But anything else, it was just SpongeBob, Danny Phantom. What's another popular one?
Fairy Godparent? Oh no, that's not Cartoon Network,
Avatar.
isn't it?
No,
that was.
My shit is Ren and Stimpy.
I'm literally about to say a little bit way back, but we're a little bit. It shows our age. We're like,
I'm like,
Ren and Stimpy.
I'm like, I used to watch Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah. Powder Toast Man and them. I mean, that was in Ren and Stimpy.
But yeah, I fucked with it, and yeah, so I was able to pitch. So before my comic, I was pitching to Nickelodeon, and what I loved about pitching to these guys, I have to shout them out because they were all black people, like head executives. One of them was like the head executive for SpongeBob. Like, I'm forgetting her name, but she was like leading it, and I was like, I felt comfortable talking to them. Because if they were all white people, I think things would have changed. I would have felt weird. It would have been like me trying to explain certain things wouldn't make sense to them. So it's like. But they got it, like, and it was weird. The way I was able to approach the guy, he was like, yo, we don't normally take... This was through LinkedIn. So I had, like, a free...
Get the fuck
out. Just shooting your shot on LinkedIn.
Yeah. I got, like, a free, like, premium, like, thing for, like, a month. I was like, I was just going
taking advantage,
I was going through a list of, like, Netflix, Hulu...
Everybody, anyone and everyone.
He was the only one to respond. He's like, yo, we don't take unsolicited things, but let's set up a meeting.
Wow.
I was like...
Yes.
So...
Shout out to you, bro.
Hell yeah.
No, did the work.
Man said, let's use this fucking subscription and put it to work.
Exactly.
What was that? Was that during COVID or that was...
This was during COVID, yeah, because I had moved to the Bronx, and I'm not that deep. I was like right there, but I moved to the Bronx.
Oh, one more time, the Bronx. Shout
out to the Bronx. Shout out to the Bronx.
He's originally from the Heights, by the way.
People moving in. Whatever, the Bronx. Let me get my 2 seconds, man. Let me get my 2 seconds.
But you want to know what's funny? And yo, not to toot my own horn, because like I always like... I lived in the Heights and then all my life, and then I moved to the Bronx, and then I look. If you guys didn't know, Stan Lee used to live in.
He was in
the Heights, Bronx, and Upper East Side.
You're the second person to mention that to me, and I used to. Why did I think the motherfucker was from the Upper West Side? But
he seemed like one.
He lived. Yeah, he lived all up here, and I was like, damn, am I following his footsteps right now?
Wait, Stan Lee was. Stan Lee was living in Washington Heights.
He was up here.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I recently learned that too.
What block?
But you know what's funny? So I forget where exactly. In the Bronx, he has his name up there because there was a time when they named that street. They made like a figure of Stan Lee.
Oh
shit! So you could walk to the Bronx and take a picture.
I gotta find this.
But it's taken down. I remember I saw it on Instagram. I was
somebody stole.
No, I'm mad.
It is the Bronx. It is the Bronx.
It is the Bronx, though.
Somebody stole.
You gotta keep it real.
It was there for like 2 days.
Yeah.
Mucho duro.
One day too many.
Tales from the Bronx.
Always.
So Nickelodeon, you was up there. So the Nickelodeon.
Wait, and when was this?
This 2020.
2020.
Yeah, this was like I pitched for about a year, so it was like 2020 into 2021. So it was most of 2021. So yeah, like I pitched 3 times, then the guy was just like, one of the guys, he was just like, yo, don't feel like bad about it because people pitch like 20-30 times. They don't really get their thing. But like the thing is, I was appreciative because like they gave me feedback. They knew I didn't pitch, so they gave me feedback. And when I came back, there was a big improvement in my pitching because I was like, it was crap.
And
I gave them crap, and they're like, fix that. And I came back.
The feedback
Even to call you back though is amazing.
Nah, that's very good.
Wow.
Like that's nice.
That's showing love like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Shout out. I mean, shout out on that part because yo, when motherfuckers look at you and for the fact that they don't even take unsolicited. But that's a master class in itself that they allowed you to do and to practice with them and
and he even said, he's like, yo, even if it's not Nickelodeon, when you go to someone else or whatever, your stuff is like good. And then that's when I realized I did My Brother Teddy, and I was like, oh shit, like I turned this into a comic book, and then I wrote my 5 issues, and then I was like, let me just turn it into like a self-concept, short contained story, and just be a concept. So when I do pitch again, I have these books that I can be like, yo, read these. And then I'm trying to build a fan base as well when I go to these conventions, because if I can have this following, people are gonna want more.
Of course, yeah.
So it's gonna take time, but it's just like right now I have issue 0 and then issue 1, and then I have 4 more books. So I'm just like trying to build that.
And you're super young. You're
hell yeah.
1, 2.
I just feel like,
super young, man. You just that's amazing what you've accomplished.
Hell yeah.
Because you said basically 4 years ago, what, you were 27? Or 20, and or 26 or 27.
Yeah, about
math. And math. Well, I mean, because if he's gonna be 32, that's but whatever. You get my point.
Okay. No, I got
it.
Nickelodeon.
This is why they should have taught us
Nickelodeon.
better in school.
Yeah. Publishing your own comic, Nickelodeon in 4 years, right? That's what we talk about. That's crazy.
That's wild, man. Good for you.
Nah, you know what's the thing? I keep telling myself, my wife tells me, and then like therapists tell me, like, yo, you gotta be like acknowledging what you're doing. Because sometimes I just feel like I'm not where I'm at right now. So I'm just like, yo, I want to do more. I want to be like, my goal is to just work part-time at my job. I work full-time there. And if I can go part-time there, that means something's changing.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I can just supplement all that like money into my projects.
Oh, man. I just keep trying to remember how you said it exactly. It was like money and time to daydream.
Yeah.
I
love that. Daydream is the goal.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Because, I can just spend my time writing.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. I haven't written in a long time. I'll rework, edit my scripts, but I haven't written anything new. Ideas come out, but I don't sit down and do them because I'm like, then I move away from the stuff that I've already created, so I just want to get those out there.
Yeah. Because why wait until you fall asleep to dream if you could daydream?
Hear this thing.
God. I just thought of that shit right now.
In the background, just like you're plotting.
And the daydream, you could actually remember.
That was dope.
Oh, yeah, very true. And you could
That was my last words. I can't come up with nothing better than that.
early. Yeah, that's right.
He needs to disappear and come back with another one.
So just skip me for last words. I'm noticing
that was it. That was the intro to last words. There you go.
Yeah. Daydreams, you could at least remember and make ideas with it and just keep going.
There you go.
Fuck that, yeah. Bars. There you go, bars. Quick question: Marvel or DC?
Both.
No, you gotta pick one.
Right? If I had to choose, it was DC. Because, and if we're, but like, how are we categorizing? This is movies. This is books. Like
the whole shebang.
The whole shebang.
I would focus more on the comics because. It still leads into like the movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, because DC got some whack.
The thing is,
they've been trash.
They've been.
But it's Warner Brothers.
Oh,
thank you.
Yeah, it's not DC. It's Warner.
That's Warner Brothers fucking it up. Yeah, got you.
But because we know the story that James Gunn is going to do, fix it. But he's going to do his own. No, not fix it. But he's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
So, but anyway.
But my comics. When
it comes to the comics, if I were to choose, because it'd be DC because. Their writers are consistent. Like when with the New 52, we spent the whole New 52 with Scott Snyder writing, so the story doesn't feel different. You know, I still feel the writer's like style in that story. I remember reading a dope. Well, the first part of it was dope. It was a Spider-Man comic called Avenging Spider-Man. It was just like a new run. It was the key thing was Spider-Man teaming up with random members of the Avengers. The art was by this dude named Joe Madureira, so his style was very like manga type. So I was like, I love the art, I love that artist and the writer. And then he writes for like 5 issues and then leaves. Both writer and artist leave, continue storying with someone else, and the art was whack. And I was like, why do they keep doing this? They do this with a lot of like stories in there and Marvel. And then lately, because of how popular the MCU is, Marvel Comics became the advertisement for their movies, so it was working backwards. So I hated that. So I was like, I barely collected comics from Marvel. Then DC is doing it now, but DC wasn't doing it for a long time, so I stayed with DC. And then DC movies were doing their thing. Like I love some of their movies, and then they started doing that with their comics. I was like, oh, and I just stopped collecting. So there's certain things I collect. DC has an imprint called DC Black Label, so it's like it's not part of the main story. It's just like its own thing. So I will collect those stuff, but I generally stopped collecting in 2015 because that's when New 52 stopped. So I was like, yeah.
Black Label's cool. No pun intended, but it's like all the darker shit. Like it's dark. Black darker.
Yeah.
But it's very it's more adult.
It's more Dark Knight type shit.
Yeah, Marvel had their own, but they literally, well, not literally, in the world, literally blew it up. It was called the Ultimate Universe. That's where most of the MCU got their inspiration from. So it was it's weird. So 616 is the main continuity, and then Ultimate Universe is like 16 something. I forget the numbers, but like they blew it up, and they were like, we're done writing those. And then that's how they got Miles Morales to be in the main continuity, and it was just like weird. I was like, why'd they do that? They could have kept that. Writers stay consistent. I would have been reading that, but it was whatever. But yes, the DC.
DC. I would say one thing. Like I said, not big into the comics, but the DC, the Justice League, like I feel like all of those are dope. Just there's one on HBO
movie?
Max. No, the cartoons. The animated.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was
fire.
that was good. Batman, Superman.
Yeah.
Batman Beyond.
Very good.
Talking about the old school joint?
The old school joint.
Yeah. Well, but even now, there's something on HBO Max that they're
the New Frontier or the cartoon.
There's a bunch.
The DC,
they have. Their cartoon game is
so
sick.
So that's the thing. DC or WB's animation group did superb when it came to their animated movies. So they had their own universe, which kind of took from New 52, and then they had like movies that were adapting comic books, like The Dark Knight Returns, which is fire. Because their soundtrack, great. Sounds like is very 80s. It makes you feel like you're there, which is when The Dark Knight. I see you have Dark Knight 3 there. Dark Knight Returns is in the 80s as well. But yeah, their animated stuff is great. But the classic stuff, again, Batman Beyond, Static Shock, Zeta Project, if you remember that, like it's just
the Zeta Project.
Taking it.
Now with Batman Beyond, right? That's coming back or something, and then because I read something that they have the original voice actor.
The story was that
Terry. I mean the character.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I forget his name too. No, the guys that did Across the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse / Beyond the Spider-Verse, they showed concept art to WB being like, hey, we can do Batman Beyond, and they said no. And the internet was like, you guys are bugging, because Sony, who owns Spider-Man, did freaking great with that, and WB is like, no, we don't want to do Batman Beyond. I'm like, you would make money. That's such a missed opportunity.
We only want to make things that suck. That's what we do here.
And well, you know what it is? I kind of get why, but then at the same time, it doesn't touch, because James Gunn and Peter Safran are resetting DC. They're gonna try to be more. They're trying to be the Kevin Feige of their thing. They set up the whole thing. I get that, but in the meantime, give us something to enjoy, make money, and stop canceling stuff. Because they cancel. They're becoming like Netflix. They just cancel anything. Like I'll be watching something, I'm like,
give you 2 seasons, and be like, all right, what happens next? I'm not. You're done.
That's a big reason of why I haven't gotten like committed to a lot of shit. Because I'm like, why am I gonna fucking see this if they're not gonna see it through?
Exactly. Have you seen this show called Warrior?
No.
Yeah, so it used to be on Cinemax, which is DC's like subsidiary, but then it got absorbed by HBO on their season 3, and it got canceled. Warrior. It's based off the story. Yeah, I should have explained what Warrior is.
Okay,
Warrior is a story based off Bruce Lee's writing.
What? Yeah. I have not heard of it.
It is fire.
Yeah. You just sold me on just sharing that part.
Yeah. But Bruce unfortunately, it's fortunately and unfortunately. So unfortunately, it got canceled, but Netflix picked it up. If it gets watched a lot, just like Young Justice, if you remember Young Justice.
That's what I was talking about.
Young Justice got picked up back on HBO and they made more seasons.
Yeah.
If Warrior does well with their streaming, they'll probably make another season.
Gotcha.
Because the way season 3 ended, I was like, there's no way they're going to end with that. And it's just canceled.
For what? Wow.
Just canceled.
It ended with that.
And that's what's going on with Young Justice now, where it's like, I think it's in limbo, right?
Right now it's in limbo. But after the rewatches, because I had it on repeat every time, because I love that show.
I just finished watching now.
2 more seasons.
Sick,
So.
Very good, very good. I was like, and I like all the episodes, like the writing, everything, like the continuity of it.
Check it out.
If there's a show that just got canceled and it has love, keep watching it. It builds, like, it shows that people like it. Yeah.
I'm not buying into that, but okay.
Call your friends. Go to work, leave that shit just repeat.
It's a shot in the dark.
It's like those motherfuckers that be like, call your local representative and let them know that you don't want them to ban abortion or whatever. And this shit still happens. It's like, fuck out of here, man. Everybody lying, but all right, cool, whatever.
I mean, things that had great progress like that. Family Guy, obviously, right? Got canceled and then came back.
Family Guy and Futurama.
Futurama.
That's
Arrested Development, which are
but that's just motherfuckers not wanting to pay for new stuff, and they need slots to fill in. So.
But that goes back to what you're saying too. Like me and my boy talk about it in our podcast a lot. Like the thing where I don't like Hollywood because Hollywood is too like about money. And we've known this for a long time. It's always those great movies are the ones that are low budget. Now those movies that spend billions of dollars on making movies do trash. Unfortunately. Not Zack Snyder's movie, but Justice League. WB threw mad money on it, try to digitally remove this dude's mustache, and they didn't make their money back. No. You could have spent $50 million from the bat and made mad money and do a good story and make mad money. When Zack Snyder released, he took no money from it. He probably took money, but he took no money from it. And
Snyder Cut
and the Snyder Cut, and I was like. This is the movie that should have been in theaters.
So,
Like, well, obviously not.
I still haven't watched it because I'm like,
it's one of those things where if you've seen the Justice League, I like to call it, if you've seen that version, you should see this. Got it. And it's unfortunately like the way it ends is like, damn, they set it up. Well, he set it up because mind you, it's like if someone told you do this. And you put so much pressure on him because of how good MCU is doing. Yeah. Look, I will defend Zack Snyder for what he was trying to do. I won't defend WB for what they did. But some of the movies were trash. Like I love Man of Steel. I love Wonder Woman 1, not 2. 2 was trash.
Was it 1974? Batman vs Superman?
What happened?
You like Batman vs Superman?
I liked it. What I'll say is I liked it, but I think it could have been better. So when you saw the cut, which is another thing, WB keeps shortening his movies and they keep cutting it and they're like, oh, we have the director's cut. And it's like, why do you keep doing it? Let the man do this.
Yeah, you're right.
Let him cook.
Right.
Let him work.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why the movie doesn't do well. So, and people will disagree with me with this, but BVS is the same as Civil War. The same movie. Just one is told better.
Really? Civil War was fucking dope, though.
Yeah. Think about it. You have one villain who he had 2 heroes fighting.
Yeah, Civil
War.
That's
just a basic plot point, but yeah.
Civil War was the shit.
I love Civil War.
I like Civil War.
Yeah.
That was a good. You ain't like Civil War?
No, yeah.
Oh, I'm about to say that was a good film.
No, it was solid.
I mean, I don't believe you.
What you said? It was solid. Whatever. For some reason, I don't believe you, bro. No, because I was gonna go back to his point of the disappointment that they have done, that WB has done with recutting certain films. Like I was gonna say, Civil War's dope, but I was really excited.
He was disappearing.
Yeah.
He was
fading. Right?
He was thinking. He was like.
I was really excited for Suicide Squad. And
that shit was a disappointment.
The David Ayer one? Huh? David Ayer? The first one?
And
Agreed.
I was super excited for that. And when that fucking trash ass villain came out, I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
The second one?
In the first one.
The first one. No,
the second one is called Suicide Squad by James Gunn, which was okay.
Yeah,
but it wasn't.
That's the one with the shark and all that.
That's with no, but that one that had because that's with Idris.
Yeah. He was like replacing Will Smith.
Yeah, because you got to replace a black guy with another black guy.
That's how they do. That's how they do. Come on, man.
Can't have 2 black people.
It's like when he fucking replaced Terrence Howard with Don Cheadle.
Not the same.
It was like, amiguito black guy. Yeah. Like, let's put in the other guy. But no. So with the David Ayer one, I did like the
first one.
The second one I did enjoy. It was cool. But the first one I was really disappointed with. Because I thought, Will Smith and then everybody's like, it's going to be dope. People. And then, but I blamed it more on the cutting. And
the cutting, and mind you, after I think
because Ayer still swears by that shit. On Twitter.
I would love to see that movie. Yeah. Because so speaking of the animated stuff, if you play the Arkham games,
Asylum,
the
Batman.
So there's an animated movie that ties into it. It's called Assault on Arkham. That should have been the movie.
Oh yeah, I've seen Assault on Arkham.
That should have been the movie because I was like, David Ayer did Tank. He did Training Day. Like I'm like, bro, he's a GOAT. And then when I see this movie, I was like, that wasn't David Ayer. That was WB. And I call them the Suits. Suits put their hand in this movie. They just messed it up.
Damn.
Like it should have been a great movie. And like I saw what he was doing, but I was like, these don't make sense. And they were like, they shot a lot of like Joker stuff that could have been its own movie. Like that was cut down.
Oh yeah. Jared Leto.
Yeah.
That was Leto, right?
Yeah, Leto. Yeah, like anything could be.
And he also sweared by that character. He was like, "Yo, that shit was gonna be the truth," and blah blah blah.
But even the movie didn't show that. And again, if we see Assault on Arkham, and the thing, I'm gonna just drop a knowledge here. The Joker, anytime Joker appears somewhere in a story, he's like the wild card. Like, even villains, when they see him, and I quote this because me and my friends talk about we just talk about shit. Yeah, like they're just like, oh shit, the Joker's here. Don't care. It doesn't matter.
Ruins the party all the time.
Who invited this?
No matter how powerful you are, when you see the Joker come in, it's like he's a problem.
He's a problem.
He's supposed to be like, yo, the Joker. He's just like, he's not part of the story. He should have just messed things up.
He shut shit down.
The David Ayer movie, I was just like, why was he even in the movie?
Why the fuck he was wearing chains and tattoos? Is that a real Joker, like in some other realm?
There's a mob version.
There's a mob version,
but not like that.
Yeah, he was like
that was when he came out at the end just to pick up Harley Quinn, right? Is that?
Yeah, he got to pick up his bitch. Right?
But that was it, right?
Then he got that scene with Common.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was in a couple of scenes.
But he wasn't. It didn't make sense for him to be there. He should have been there as like messing up a plan.
Yeah.
He was not supposed to be a villain or the main
strategic.
villain. He was just like showing up, and I was like, he's supposed to mess things up.
Gotcha. Yeah. He was just there for attendance.
Yeah, but it was
up,
weird.
I guess.
That's why 4 movies are great.
Well, bad that we went on all these tangents.
Yeah, we just went.
Yeah,
I loved it though. I'm like,
I shift over the last call for words. My brother, my main man, Dre Drizzo. I know you say
I just gotta give a shout out to my brother right here, man. It's a pure pleasure to see somebody go. I don't want to say I never met somebody that worked on comics. You know, somebody that is just like us, and it's good and refreshing to see that other people are opening up avenues and seeing more creativity out there. And I'm not gonna drop no more bars today, bro. So keep doing what you're doing, my brother. Keep doing what you're doing, my brother. I appreciate you, bro.
He's like, I'm gonna save it for the next cipher.
My brother, Jaromir François, aka Jay. Thank you very much for coming through, brother. What would be your last call for words?
Well, first I'm gonna just plug in, like, buy my stuff.
Yeah. Word up. Fuck that. Hell yeah.
And the podcast. The name of the podcast.
And then check out our podcast, The Average Jays. You can put us in the background and just listen to us talk random stuff. But
where can you're talking about where can they pick up your stuff?
If you follow me on Instagram, that's where I like post or like do my stuff. It's Sky_Surfer117. That's where I like post all my stuff. So everything's there in the link tree. Most of my books are on Gumroad.com. So if you go through that, you can buy digital or physical. I would have to like ship them to you. But yeah. My first book, My Brother Teddy. I have variants as well. Alien Heroes, which I'm trying to get turned into a cartoon, so buy that. And Napoleon from the Machine, which is like that was like my creme de la creme. Like I just released issue 2 like this past week. Well, digitally, I need to make the physicals. But yeah, and on top of that, besides being selfish, please don't give up on your dreams. Just don't stop and drink water. That's important.
Don't forget the fucking water.
Yeah,
that's right.
I like it.
That's right.
That's a commercial. Right?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
But no one's paying.
Place,
guys.
yeah.
Mother Nature's like, here's just $20.
Yeah.
My brother, my main man, always on point. The first thought of the day. Ramirito.
Tone that down. What's going on here, man? Come on.
Ramz McFly.
Dude, you know what's funny? From the beginning of this episode, when you started, just the daydreaming aspect of it. It's just that. Just don't stop daydreaming. Like that. That's really it. I feel like that was the sense of the episode. That's what kind of got us going. So don't stop daydreaming.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's hard work.
It is. It is, man. It is.
But it's fun work.
Yeah, and especially when you have to, like you said, putting the work down, and then now, and during COVID, we saw that with a lot of artists. They took
it blew up.
A lot of that. One of the other hosts that we had here, right, from Manguaki, same thing. He said during COVID, started writing. Now for
15 years later.
That was funny. He said, but the same thing. Beware the Caller drop. Like that was all COVID. That was taking advantage of time. So
nice little jump start.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Taking advantage of time. It's thank you, man. I mean, just your overall presence, your energy. Thank you. Cause and you know, and thank you for living up to the expectation of what I already thought, but you held it to be true, which is, yeah, absolutely. You know, just a phenomenal person, amazing brother, but most importantly, very inspiring, man. Like genuinely, it's really dope to just see people creating a new mold. What you shared is true, man. You know, it's in what a lot of things that you shared are true, but what you shared about going down Artist Alley and to only as a kid see motherfucking representation with baggy jeans and gold chains. Even though that's who I am today, though. I still want to see it on the comics, goddamn. I still want to be different.
Yeah. So let the record show that Ron is wearing a gold chain. And
I know, right? It's a baggy jeans.
And the baggy jeans.
I will not go to fucking skinny jeans. I'm wearing baggy jeans. Yo, but it's like, nah, fuck that. Yeah. We are more, and I think I thought of that as I was thinking to myself before we started the episode. I was walking around, I was like, where the fuck is my chain? Yeah. But yo, it's but we are more than that, and to not only just put it on paper, but then to make it, be it, and live it. I think it's dope, man, and to share. You know, to share your reality of going through, you know, a stage of depression that you mentioned and pulling yourself out of it and saying, fuck that noise. To pitching stories on, to Nickelodeon, to saying, fuck it, I want to make a cartoon, that's too expensive, let's pivot, let's go back to comic book, and just the utter awareness of not letting an idea die. Mm-hmm. I think that in itself is a fucking win and a celebration, because we are... I've been a victim of it. I'm quick to, once I hear no, to just let an idea go away and not stand by it. To see if, and to tie it all back in, it's to see something fully fleshed out, to see if and come to life and follow through with it. Yo, that in itself is the fucking win. And you know, but not allowing ourselves to settle. And being aware that there's more is the goal to reach, right? We not only want to dream, we want to have time to daydream. Because fuck, why should I be dreaming when I'm sleeping?
That's right. That's right.
I should also have space and make space. And it goes beyond just earning space, because we own shit, right? This is our shit. So allowing ourselves that moment to be everything we wish to be. And thank you for reminding me, man, like, fuck it. Yeah, I don't want... Fuck this part-time job. Yeah. These are a lot of responsibilities. Yes, we do need money. There's a lot of responsibilities. We need all these things. Yeah. But although we need them, that doesn't mean we should stop and that we can't continue doing what we want to do. And so I applaud you and I thank you for reminding me.
Hit that applause.
You know, and so I appreciate you, man, because that in itself is, as you mentioned, it is a lot of work. Yeah. And I'm glad to have this exchange with you, where we could even just casually talk about the things that we like. Yeah. Because not too many times we even have time for that. We always got to fucking be doing something.
Yeah, 100%.
And so I appreciate you, man. So with that said, you know, my brother, thank you all very much for coming through. Thank you very much for taking the trek from the Bronx to the Heights.
All three of us.
All three. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Bronx is in the building.
Oh, you in the Bronx now?
Yeah, I've been in the Bronx. I'm from Washington Heights, too. I told you that like 2 episodes ago.
There's miscommunication going on.
So, yo,
you were in an island.
Shout out to Morrison. South Bronx is in the building.
He know his uncle's name was Jose.
What the fuck is going on?
I still don't think that's accurate.
You gotta put it on the family chat, because I don't even know about my accurate.
We're gonna need a post-podcast meeting.
I'm gonna be like, what's Andres' first name? And motherfuckers say Andre, and I look stupid. But
I'm telling you, Jose.
First name is Theo. That's it.
But thank you very much, Dre.
Thank you. Yes.
François. I was about to say, I was gonna go from J, Dre J. I was like,
I thought that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, but I was like, no, then that's too close. But Dre, J, Ramz, is Rockin, just words. Nobody cares, but we all do. But we all here do. And we're out. Thank you.
Later.